Welcome to our countdown of the top 5 spies who changed history. These individuals, shrouded in mystery, have left an indelible mark on the world of espionage. Their stories, often stranger than fiction, involve deception, betrayal, and courage on an epic scale. From the battlefields of World War I to the covert operations of the Cold War, these spies operated in a world of shadows, risking their lives for their countries, their ideologies, and sometimes for reasons we may never fully comprehend. Join me now as we venture into this clandestine world, exploring the lives of these remarkable individuals and the impact they had on the course of history. Our journey begins in the early 20th century, a time of great upheaval and global conflict. It is here we encounter Mata Hari, a Dutch exotic dancer who captivated audiences with her alluring performances. Born Margaretha Zell, Mata Hari rose to fame in Paris, becoming a celebrated figure in the city's social circles. However, beneath her glamorous facade lay a web of secrets and allegiances that would ultimately lead to her downfall. As Europe descended into the chaos of World War I, Mata Hari's international connections attracted the attention of both French and German intelligence agencies. It was a time when information was power, and both sides were eager to exploit any advantage. Mata Hari, whether out of financial necessity, misguided patriotism, or a thirst for adventure, agreed to spy for the French. Her task was to use her charm and influence to gather intelligence on German military operations. Her life as a double agent was fraught with danger. Every encounter, every whispered conversation carried the risk of exposure. The line between truth and deception became increasingly blurred, even for Mata Hari herself. In 1917, after years of operating in the shadows, Mata Hari was arrested by the French authorities. Accused of espionage and blamed for the deaths of thousands of French soldiers, she faced a court-martial. Despite her claims of innocence and a lack of concrete evidence, Mata Hari was found guilty. Her fate was sealed. On a cold October morning, she was led before a firing squad. The enigmatic dancer who had captivated audiences with her beauty and grace met her end at the age of 41. Mata Hari's story remains a cautionary tale, a reminder of the high stakes and moral ambiguities that often accompany a life lived in the shadows. Our next journey takes us to the heart of the Second World War, where we encounter Richard Sorge, a man who operated in the shadows, his true allegiance hidden from even his closest confidants. Born in Russia but raised in Germany, Sorge developed a deep-seated communist ideology, one that would shape his destiny and ultimately lead him to become one of the Soviet Union's most valuable assets. In the 1930s, Sorge, posing as a German journalist, was sent to Japan. His mission to infiltrate the highest levels of German diplomatic circles and gather intelligence on the Empire of Japan's intentions. Sorge's ability to blend in, to gain the trust of those he sought to betray, was nothing short of remarkable. He moved effortlessly among the elite, his true motives masked by a veneer of charm and sophistication. His network of informants grew, providing him with a steady stream of classified information. Sorge's intelligence proved crucial, particularly his warnings about the impending Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. However, Sorge's warnings, though accurate, were disregarded by Stalin himself. The Soviet leader, convinced that Japan would not risk a war with the Soviet Union, dismissed the intelligence as a fabrication. Despite this setback, Sorge continued his work, providing valuable insights into German military strategy on the Eastern Front. His intelligence, often obtained at great personal risk, helped the Soviets anticipate and counter German offensives. But Sorge's luck would not last. In 1941, Japanese counterintelligence, having long suspected his activities, infiltrated his network. Sorge was arrested, his true identity exposed. Despite enduring brutal interrogations, he remained defiant, refusing to betray his Soviet handlers. In November 1944, Richard Sorge was hanged in a Tokyo prison, just months before the war in the Pacific came to an end. His sacrifice, though largely unacknowledged at the time, played a crucial role in the Allied victory. As the flames of World War II engulfed Europe, countless acts of bravery and sacrifice unfolded in the shadows. This is the story of Virginia Hall, an American woman who defied convention and danger to become one of the most successful spies of the war. Born in Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia, Hall yearned for a life of adventure and purpose. However, her aspirations were nearly dashed when a hunting accident in her youth left her with a permanent disability, requiring her to wear a prosthetic leg, which she affectionately nicknamed Cuthbert. Undeterred by this setback, Hall traveled to France in the late 1930s, determined to find her place in a world on the brink of war. As the Nazi war machine rolled across Europe, Hall witnessed firsthand the devastating consequences of German aggression. Driven by a deep sense of justice and an unwavering belief in freedom, Hall joined the British Special Operations Executive, a secret organization tasked with conducting espionage and sabotage operations behind enemy lines. Her mission was fraught with danger. As a woman and one with a disability, Hall faced extraordinary challenges in Nazi-occupied France, yet her courage, her sharp intellect, and her remarkable ability to blend in proved to be her greatest assets. Known to the Gestapo as the Limping Lady, Hall evaded capture time and again, coordinating resistance networks and smuggling weapons and supplies and providing crucial intelligence to Allied forces. Her bravery inspired those around her, and her ability to outwit the Gestapo earned her the grudging respect of her adversaries. She became a legend, a symbol of defiance against Nazi tyranny. Even after France's liberation, Hall's service to her country continued. She joined the newly formed CIA, putting her unique skills and experience to use during the early years of the Cold War. Virginia Hall's story is a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who fight for freedom, even in the darkest of times. Her legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that courage and determination can overcome even the most formidable obstacles. Our exploration of espionage takes a chilling turn as we delve into the world of double agents, individuals who betray their own countries, their loyalties lying with a foreign power. This is the story of Kim Philby, a man who rose to the highest echelons of British intelligence while secretly working for the Soviet Union. Harold Adrian Russell Philby, better known as Kim, was born into a world of privilege and influence. Educated at Cambridge University, Philby seemed destined for a life of accomplishment within the British establishment. However, beneath Philby's polished exterior lay a secret, one that would have profound consequences for the West during the long and tense years of the Cold War. Philby had embraced communism during his university years, and his beliefs led him to commit an act of betrayal that would shake the foundations of Western intelligence. In the 1930s, Philby was recruited by the Soviet intelligence service, the NKVD. His mission to infiltrate the British Secret Intelligence Service, better known as MI6, and provide his Soviet handlers with classified information. Philby's rise through the ranks of MI6 was steady and impressive. His intellect and charm, the very qualities that made him such a successful spy, masked his true allegiance. As the Cold War intensified, Philby's position within MI6 granted him access to some of the West's most closely guarded secrets. He betrayed countless operations, putting the lives of Western agents at risk and dealing a severe blow to Western intelligence gathering efforts. For years, Philby led a double life, his treachery hidden from his colleagues, his friends, even his own family. The strain of living a lie, of betraying those closest to him, took its toll, but Philby remained committed to his ideology. In 1963, with suspicion mounting, Philby's carefully constructed facade began to crumble. Facing exposure, he defected to Moscow, leaving behind a legacy of betrayal and distrust that would linger long after the Cold War ended. Kim Philby's story serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even the most secure institutions to those who operate in the shadows, their true motives hidden behind a mask of loyalty and deceit. Our final chapter takes us deep into the heart of the Cold War, to a time when the threat of nuclear annihilation hung heavy over the world. This is the story of Aldrich Ames, a man driven not by ideology or patriotism, but by greed, a man who would betray his country for a fistful of silver. Aldrich Ames, an unassuming CIA officer, seemed an unlikely candidate for espionage, yet beneath his unremarkable exterior lay a deep-seated resentment. A belief that he had been overlooked and underappreciated. Ames's resentment, coupled with mounting financial problems, created a dangerous vulnerability, one that would be ruthlessly exploited by the Soviet Union. In 1985, Ames made a fateful decision, one that would have devastating consequences for US intelligence and cost the lives of countless individuals. Driven by greed, Ames approached the Soviets, offering to sell them classified information in exchange for money. The Soviets, eager to exploit this opportunity, readily agreed to his terms, and so began Ames's double life. By day, he continued his work at the CIA, seemingly a dedicated and loyal employee. By night, he betrayed his country, passing secrets to his Soviet handlers in clandestine meetings. The information Ames provided was devastating, compromising CIA operations and exposing a network of Soviet citizens who had been recruited to spy for the United States. Many of these individuals, betrayed by Ames's treachery, were arrested, imprisoned, or even executed. For years, Ames operated with impunity, his betrayal undetected as he amassed a small fortune from his treachery. However, the FBI, growing suspicious of Soviet intelligence successes, launched an investigation. The net slowly closed in on Ames, his lavish spending habits and unexplained wealth raising red flags. In 1994, after years of betrayal, Aldrich Ames was arrested, his treachery exposed for the world to see. The Ames case sent shockwaves through the intelligence community, exposing vulnerabilities and forcing a reassessment of security protocols. It served as a stark reminder that even in the world of espionage, where loyalty is paramount, greed can be a powerful motivator, one capable of even the most egregious betrayals. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the shadowy world of espionage. From the femme fatale of World War I to the double agents of the Cold War, we've explored the lives of individuals who operated in the shadows, their motives and actions shaping the course of history. Their stories, filled with intrigue, betrayal, and sacrifice, remind us of the high stakes involved in the world of espionage. The line between right and wrong, between loyalty and treachery, can often be blurred, leaving us to ponder the true cost of secrets. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content.